Spoilers for both seasons of Severance in this video, so if you're not fully caught up, drop this video in your watch later and come back after. Severance is a show that's really hard to talk about simply because there's so much to talk about. The writers made sure not to waste a single second of screen time. And what is a shocking only 19 episode run so far, there are 10,000 different directions you could take a conversation about this show. There's so much smarter people on the internet that could break down the show and give you all the theories, but I'm here mainly to give my thoughts and talk more about the broader cultural implications of Severance. I can safely say that I am very late to the Severance train. I started watching this year right as the second season started dropping. It was always a show I kinda wanted to watch, but I always thought it was just another legal drama for Apple TV Plus, and I had no idea what I was missing. After watching season 1 and then watching season 2 weekly, it is safe to say that I am quite obsessed. I have had 3 different dreams about this show. I keep referring to people as their first name and last initial, and sometimes I randomly walk into the room and just scream, "Gretchen! Gretchen!" Annie Dillon proposing to Gretchen is genuinely the funniest scene in this entire show, I cannot lie. The unique tone and compelling visual style of Severance is mainly credited to 3 people: director Ben Stiller, writer Dan Eckerson, and DOP Jessica Lee Gagne. Ever since I saw The Secret Life of Walter Mitty in high school, I've kind of felt like Ben Stiller's been holding back on us. This movie immediately landed in my top 10 the second I watched it. And seeing this third act of Stiller's career turning from comedy actor to respected filmmaker was not on my bingo card, but I'm so here for it. And I think what makes Ben Stiller such a good director, and something I think beginner filmmakers should take note of, is he knows how to surround himself with the right people. Dan Eckerson and Jessica Lee Gagne are both quite early in their careers compared to Stiller, but the way that he not only saw the vision and took a chance on a bizarre idea, but he was fully committed to taking chances on people you wouldn't expect, and that led to them making a show like nothing TV had seen before. Adam Scott has had his fair share of serious roles, but like Stiller, has mainly been put in comedies. I think Severance has truly submitted Scott as one of the best actors of our generation, and it feels odd to say so blanketly, I feel the same way about quite literally everyone in this show. Severance is a masterclass of the perfectly crafted cast, crew, and writers to make a cultural phenomenon, which is something only years of experience in the industry could get you, so thank you, Ben Stiller. When thinking about the broader cultural impact of Severance, I realized this show is doing something we've lost a lot in modern television, which is world building. Severance has some incredibly relatable and compelling characters, but it makes sure not to stop there. Lumen as a whole is a character. The severed floor is a character. The world that they are in serves as a character, and this is achieved through deeply intentional internal branding and placement of objects. The sterile white hallways, the bright green carpet all contribute to the overall aesthetic of the show. But I think more importantly, the little things add up, like the Lumen branded bandages and snacks and the geometric design of the desk setup, not to mention a full book for performance reviews that follow a corporate style guide. All of these teeny tiny details contribute to building the world into something believable. Do you really think a global conglomerate like Lumen wouldn't have the capital to make a style guide? Get out of here. The show's creating a different language with painful corporate lingo that feels just different enough to be weird and off-putting, but also realistic enough to know that your boss would say these things.
Thought a little frivolity would be just what the doctor ordered.
I think the second I realized that Severance is truly a different show is in the season 2 opener, where the Macrodata team watches a piece of Lumen propaganda about themselves. In this scene, there is a 5-minute long stop motion video in the style of a Rankin Bass cartoon created for our characters. This could have very easily been a piece of dialogue given by Mr. Milchick as he shares this information, but presenting it in this way, we're adding to the character of Lumen and how far they will go to manipulate the innies. Also, while we're talking about characters, can I just say that all my homies love Mr. Milchick. A real man never speaks ill of Mr. Milchick. Just when I thought I couldn't love him more, he brought in freaking choreography and merriment. Come on, dude, you cannot look at me in the eye and tell me this is not the best episode of television history. Jeez. I'm sorry, my entire Instagram feed is Mr. Milchick edits. I'm starting to lose my mind. Speaking of Instagram, one of the biggest reasons I think Severance has become such a big deal is because of how well it's been promoted. To use a big word that Mr. Milchick would approve of, the Transmedia Navigation for this show is incredible. Transmedia Navigation refers to the ability to navigate and interact with stories and information that are presented across multiple media platforms and formats. The story doesn't just stop at the show. Apple shares extra Lumen training videos, employee handbooks, and leaked letters that contribute to the world. They aren't just making a show, they are creating a world and offering you as an audience member to participate in it. The narrative of screw big business business, screw big CEO, screw my boring job has never been more rampant. We're in school every day feeling like we're just doing busy work. We're at jobs every day feeling like we're just filling the pockets of billionaire CEOs while the real ones with real emotions are in the trenches. Is it a little ironic that Apple is the one distributing this show? Sure, you could say that. But I think that that's part of what makes the show so successful is the self-awareness that Apple has distributed when talking about the show. Apple CEO Tim Cook has been very involved in promoting the show and seems to really care about the creative effort. Now, this could be a bunch of phooey to sell me more Apple products, but I feel like the creative vision of Severance is genuinely trying to be preserved and protected to the best of their abilities. I could talk about this show for hours, so I have to cut myself off here because I quite literally have too much to say. If I could just leave with one main point about Severance that I think we should think about, is I would say this is the new standard for TV. If your TV show in 2025 is not made with great intentionality, thought, and quality, you're gonna get left behind. Audiences are not having these crappy streaming originals anymore that don't respect your time or treat you like you're stupid. I was not expecting Apple TV to be the one leading this charge, but honestly, I'm not mad. I feel like it's been a long time since we've raised the bar of what a television show can be, and that's why Severance feels so different. We are witnessing the fundamentals of storytelling changing, and I cannot wait to see what comes of it. I really hope that other studios and shows learn from Severance, and we can push forward to getting more great filmmakers that have control of the creative visions, and not just streaming platforms breathing down the neck of writers telling them we need 3 more seasons than planned, or to rewrite the script so audiences can look at their phones and still get the gist of the story. Netflix. But that's enough for me. I want to know what you think. What is your craziest Severance theory, and what do you hope other shows learn from Severance? Drop a comment down below and send this to a friend that you think would enjoy. We just crossed 900 subscribers, so thank you so much to everyone that's been following thus far. And if you want to aid me in the road to 1,000, please subscribe. I'd love to have you here. I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye.